Hi there, this is Kathy Crow here at the Crow Cottage. Thank you for joining me so much. I appreciate it. And let's see if I can find my video. So today I am pretty excited about what I'm going to show you because I'm going to go through a bunch of cards because normally I can only get through one card, as you well know. But today I'm going to get through 5 cards with you. I have got a few things cut out and ready to go. I actually did the measurements for these cards, so you can see those on the side as you go if you want to, because what I want to show you is the On the Farm set, but I'm going to mainly use this sheet of paper. When I got this sheet of paper, I was a little intimidated by how to use it because it's really cool, but it's hard to know exactly what to do with it without wasting it or just making one giant bag, you know, and how many one giant bags do you need? So anyway, it's after Christmas. I suppose if you had, I don't live on a farm, okay? So maybe you think it's odd that I love farm stuff, but a lot of us do. I think we're old 80s girls. Remember, can you believe that gunny sack dress type styles are coming back into style? I never thought I'd see gunny sack dresses coming back into style. All right, today make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and to the newsletter, please. I really appreciate that. Share this video. I'm going to talk to you about other things as we go, but I don't want to waste too much time just chit-chatting. So I'm going to put the camera down. This is where I try to keep the camera from going nuts because I'm twisting it. It does not like it when I do that. And then trying to get everything on. And as you can see, it's all crooked and wonky, but I'm going to try to straighten it out down here rather than up there because this can only do that so much. And then, yeah, squeak, 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 squeak. All right, that's just this complaining about being moved, and it survived. Okay, got blocks on the side. So it is celebration time. And I don't know if you can see my paper. These are my notes. Celebration. I didn't want to forget to mention that. There's a lot of free things that you can get. Hi, Mary. It's nice to see you. I don't get to see you too often. This is a whole pack of paper you can get free. For every $50 you order, you get a stamp set. They're really cute ones. The adorable owls, in the country. There's just a whole bunch. But there's also this pack of paper. It's a really thick pack of paper. I'm only going to use one sheet out of this, but this is called Dandy Designs. I am going to use this one sheet, but I have been working on it. That's a free pack of paper you can get with, I assume, a $50 purchase with Celebration. I'm not sure. Celebration only goes until February 28th, so you only have one more month. And we've got it's 1 o'clock. Sorry about that. The clock. You have other options too. During Celebration, we've got the cute little mini cutter for, an extra, I don't know, $30, $29 something. If you want to throw it into your starter kit, get the starter kit. If you are interested in buying stamp things, you need to buy the starter kit with us. All right, because on our team, we get to do all kinds of fun things together. You would enjoy being part of our group, and I like to just honor your participation in all these fun things in a variety of ways. So today, this pack of paper, this is, again, from On the Farm. Let me show you the stamp set. I wanted to play with a lot of it because there's a ton of really good things in this stamp set. There's lots of great stamps, as you can see. But the other thing, when you open it, there's like these little cute cows. There's this little windmill. There's little hills. The silo cuts out. Little pig, little duck, bunch of ducks. Little bunny. I mean, all the stamps cut out. Every single one. There's a horizon little hill die. These are actually really useful if you want to cut little action cards. It would be useful to doing that. This set would be perfect to do with an action card. I haven't done it today. I'm just trying to show you how to get through this one big sheet of paper and have some nice cards from it. But there's texture on the hills. There's texture on the little sheep. Look at the little woolies. So this is just a super cute stamp set, and that's why I'm using it today. Even though this is not the typical kind of stamp set I might buy, because the animals are realistic, I'm going to be able to use it with a whole bunch. Like today, I'm going to also use Christmas barn for a summer barn. And this stamp set is probably not available anymore. Let's have a peek. I don't think that one... I think that was with the holiday set, and this is our annual catalogs. I doubt that it is in there. No, it is not. So that one actually might not even be available, because that would be with last year's selection. That was this catalog, which ended, and I think Christmas Barn was in here. That one's gone. So anyhow, it might be on the clearance rack. You never know. This is our new catalog that we have now. Okay, this is through the end of April. Again, if there are cute sets that you want in here, and there are a bunch, then get them now, because they do only last for a short time, and then they're gone. And usually never to come back. You might buy it used somewhere, but the problem with buying used is that you're spending way too much. Now, if you order anything with me today, you use this host code. I will send you free in color opal rounds for every $80 purchase. But if you're going to spend $80, please just buy the starter kit. For $99, you get 100 and boy, it's like 200 and something dollars worth of stuff when you figure out all the free products you get, the free shipping, the free paper pumpkin you get, the free catalogs, free whole bunch of stuff. All right, I've done my sales pitch for now, and we are on to other things. So today's cards. First of all, I need to figure out how to cut out this one giant piece of paper. Before I cut that out, though, oh, I do have a little sheet of that. I might use that. These are all my little leftovers from my last go-round. I used up almost a whole sheet of that, probably more than one sheet of this. I've used quite a bit of that. There's just general hills on the back, and we will be using some of that. So don't get rid of your scraps, because you might use them. They are, if you've got that barn, there's other things we've had too. That we had the cottage, the garden shed, the cottage. We've had French countryside. We've had a lot of really nice building stamps that would go so great with this stamps, this paper and these stamp sets. I'm going to use this and this. That's partly why there's not a lot of it left, because I've used the back side as well, because it's such a really pretty country plaid, isn't it? And then this is going to be tougher for me to use. I've used this side more than this burgundy side. And then there's this piece. If you are a chicken fan, you will love that. I don't have chickens, so I'm probably going to be using the chicken wire more on the back than the chickens. But there's this really nice veggie page. I'm on a diet, so vegetables are not as appealing as they normally are. So we're going to set all these sheets aside, because I'm not going to be using those at all today. These are the only ones that I'll be using. So this is called Day at the Farm, but it goes with the suite. Buy the suite, the On the Farm suite. All right, so to cut out the paper, let me make sure my lights are decent here, because I kind of had them moved for a minute. And this is a very big sheet of paper, so I'm going to move this up. Hopefully everything's in my frame pretty good. This is 12, of course, by 12. I'm still thinking it needs to go up a bit. So I penciled in just a couple of starters, because I wanted to get these sheep in here. I'm going to do one whole cut here on the side. Now this is, I believe, 3 inches. No, it's not 3. It's 3 3/4 in. Okay, so I'm going to cut, it's just on the side of this this little lamb's ear. So I'm going to cut that whole side off. Okay, this is going to be one card, and I'm going to end up with a couple of little scraps of it, so I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to end up with a card here, and a card here, and a card here. And I'm going to use these cows on a couple of the cards. One of the cards is going to have these little chickens. So I am going to just cut right now, before I cut anything else, I'm going to cut out those little chickens. I want those to be on a card with their little chicken bodies sticking up cutely onto another contrasting piece up on the top. So this way I can use every bit of my paper. Now I am being kind of careful going around the chickens, but I wouldn't need to if, you know, if I was just cutting this on my own, I would just go cut kind of quick and then clean it up before I actually did the card. But I'm kind of ready for it right now. Okay, so that one's done. And then the next card that I'm going to do, I'm going to just use this piece. I'm going to save these hay bales to use with these cows on a different piece of, you know, different card. So I just want this piece right here. So this is 2 7/8, and I'm cutting right down to that bush. And this is just going to give me a little nice side. And I don't want to cut there because I want this. I just want this little piece for a card, and then I also want this piece for a card. And I'm going to grab out the card. We'll do this one first so I can see what my dimensions are on it. And as you, oops, let me go grab my nice card that flew down there. So what I did is I ended up cutting it, pretty close to here, just straight over, and then I just adjusted it to fit. So that's what we'll do for now, is just go from here on over, right where I was, maybe up just a little bit, right there. And then I ended up cutting off this top of the cloud. I'm going to cut it, I'm going to err on the side of caution and go up a little higher, and then I'll adjust it as I need to, just to make sure that it's the size that I want. So what I ended up with is this, and I'm going to use this little tiny piece now. Okay, we're going to use that on this card for my tag. So you don't want to lose that. You're going to save that little strip. Save your strips. And then these cows are going to, I am going to fussy cut this the sheep and the cow and these. So we are going to do that right now. Okay. I could get my little scissors out, but I think it'll go a little faster with these bigger scissors. And again, you don't have to be super careful with your fussy cutting. Just try to stay on the lines a little bit. If you want to have a border, put it where it's not going to get lost. That's easy to fall on the floor. And the little cow, where the tail is, you're going to need to make an edge. So if you want to make a border on around the cow, you can, a little green border, to make this a little easier, because he's going to go on a ground. Boy, my words aren't flowing today. A little green background is what I meant to say there. It is beautifully sunny. What's your day like today? I hope your weather is good, because last week, sometimes the weather didn't look like... Hi there, Trudy. It's nice to see you. Thanks for watching. We had it is warm. It is super warm and a little muggy, but barely. To me, Jeff and I, we don't call this muggy. It's sweet. It's nice and warm, just a hint of moisture in the air. It's nice. It's going to be a beautiful afternoon. It was supposed to rain, but Jeff said it had already rained by the time we got up. and the clouds have really cleared. Right now it's sunny and beautiful out there. It's probably in the 60s. Tomorrow's going to be that way too. I was going to go, after I worked out to this morning, I was going to go down to the park and walk around a bit. And on days today, Jeff's not working because it's Happy Martin Luther King Day. I kind of forgot that it was a holiday today. And so he's not working, so he gets a little antsy. So I went to the coffee shop with him already. Normally I would have probably gone to the park just to take advantage of some of that nice weather early in the morning. There aren't so many, there's actually in the winter not a lot of people there anyway, but there definitely isn't as many there. And they're all more sedate, elderly like me. Less likely to have kids running around. And the only kids running around in the daytime are really nice ones, and they might even be homeschooled, a great many of them, because otherwise they would be in school. I don't see kids down there too much. Mostly it's moms with their strollers, and then really probably the most problematic are the bicyclists. And I don't know if they've cracked down on them or what, because I haven't seen anyone cracking down on anyone, but there were the motorized ones, and then there were kids just on their bikes. Even an older guy about my age who was, just blasting down the path. This is a pedestrian path, folks, on his bike. It's like, seriously, he's got his helmet on. It's like, take that helmet off, because the rest of us are not helmeted. And if you hit us and hurt us, I want you to feel at least some of the pain from not having the helmet on, okay? But anyway, I digress. All right, so I've got my little cows all cut out. Almost done here. We'll get our little sheep cut out. Now, I do have dies, of course, for the stamps, but these are just sized a little bit differently than that stamp. I don't know about the cow. They looked about the same, but the sheep definitely is a little smaller than the one in the stamp. So I have to fussy cut this one out. I probably could have just rolled the other ones out, but I wanted it to be close to the edge. Sometimes, even if I have dies, I have to admit that I fussy cut out some just because I want it to be a little less of a border. It depends. Some of ours have really little border that's I'm barely able to even accomplish it because it's such a small border. Sometimes it's a big border. It has gotten better since we're not using Stampin' Up! Anymore. I do have to say that has improved a great deal. All right, so now let's get down to business, as Jeff would say. He keeps me pretty entertained. So when he's not at school, that works out really well. Now I'm going to put all of this paper aside for now and bring it back up as I need it for our cards. And then this is the one we're going to do first. So here, let's put here it is. Okay, here's your measurements if you want to follow along. 9.5 by 6, and then scored at 4 3/4. We're going to go a horizontal fold on this one, and so what I need is a 4 3/4 piece of that DSP. This is the DSP mat I've got written down here. Let me move this over a bit. Okay, so 4 3/4, 6 of the DSP mat's going to be 4.5 by 5 5/8. Well, actually, that's the red one. The main one is the main size, so it's 6 by 4 3/4. Okay, so I need that blue piece back again, and my cutting board, and we're going to go 6 inches by 4 3/4. Let's turn it like this so I can see a little better. 4 3/4. All right, now let's see if that's the right size. It should be. blade is, last week I told you my blade is leaving fuzzy edges, and I still haven't changed it. It's still leaving fuzzy edges. Ah, little glue would help. Where is my glue? I thought I brought it down here. Where are you? I don't see you. Glue, glue, glue. Where are you? That is odd. Oh, you're over here. Good thing you are right there near me. I'll panic there for a minute. I only have one other tube. I need to get some more. Okay, so we're going to just put some glue on here. The colors on this side remind me of my Expo 74 colors in Spokane, in Washington, where I grew up mostly as a child. Expo 74 was the big World's Fair in Spokane, Washington. And the colors were those colors, only a little bit darker because it was the 70s, so everything was a little more over the top and garish. Okay, now we need the red matte. So let's see if I've got enough of my paper here to cut the red matte out. Now, I've been cutting out these little animals too, so I have been trying to be a little bit careful, but the red matte's going to be 4.5. So we're going to start at 4.5. Right there, by 5 5/8. 5 5/8, and that's gonna go right on the top. Should leave a nice border, and then we'll see if my this paper is so cute. Are you a country girl? You know, do you remember when people were collecting? Oh, hi, Andy. It's nice to see you. Yeah, I bet you like this. Andy, this card set was just made for you. Do you have it yet? You're going to really enjoy this because I wanted to show all of the dies. I haven't really gotten around yet to see what everybody's been doing with it. I just wanted to show what you could do with this one sheet, how many cool cards you could make. So here's this piece. We're going to trim it down so I can see that beautiful red mat around it. I don't want to trim any here because of the little sheep edges. Now, this is, you know, I didn't even measure this because I just cut it out of that paper. So I kind of even hate to tell you what the measurements are, but I'm going to look at my card here, and then I'm going to see, well, I came in a little closer here, so we'll cut a little bit there, and then we'll see how this is going to shape up right on the card. And I can see that's pretty good. I don't need to move that change that anymore. I just need more off the top or bottom. And I hated to cut off the cloud, but I kind of had to, at least a little bit. Let's be cautious. Try not to cut much off. That's pretty good. I still kind of wanted a little bit more. You don't get the right effect of the red border if you cannot see it. So I'm ending up having to cut that cloud more than I wanted to. Now, there's a cloud in the stamp set, of course. So if I wanted to add clouds, not only could I just use what's in my DSP that I'm, you know, not going to necessarily use, I could also just use that. But anyway, all right, I'm going to come down a little closer. And then we're just going to glue this on, and then we're going to put on these cute little cows. And you can see that's about it. Okay, I guess I do need to stamp. First of all, before I do anything like that, I've got Sending Warm Rays Your Way. And the stamp set that I'm using for that is the Desert Details. I have used these sentiments more in the past week than any other sentiment block, I believe. It's just got... you know, it's got all kinds of fantastic sentiments. And so you're going to love this one. Uh-oh, I've messed up my side. Oh, you don't have it? Good. I'm glad you ordered 2 packs of this DSP because you are definitely going to use it. I have almost used all of mine up, and I only did I've only done very little because I'm using it with other stuff too. All right, so we're using Sending Warm Rays Your Way. This Your Smile is Pure Magic goes really well with those friendly gnomes. And if you've got dragons or anything like that, it's always good. The Let the Fun Begin, I've used that one the most, but this You Are What Sunshine Feels Like is so perfect too. Now, I have made some cards with this, and I haven't put them on Pinterest yet. Now, one thing I'm going to do with my newsletter, I don't want to be chintzy with you. I appreciate you guys for stamping along with me. That's a pretty big border, so I'm actually going to trim this up a little bit here just to be on the safe side because I don't trust my stamping ability. There we go. I have in the past always supplied you guys with at least 2, 3, 4 minimum sometimes. A lot of them are 4 tutorials, but you know, most of them are pretty easy tutorials that I think that you could get without too much trouble. I think I'm going to go with Cherry Cobbler. I want something really dark. I had black on that, but I think I want more of a red, and we're going to go something really dark here. So we're going to put Sending Warm Rays Your Way right there. So cute. And so what I'm going to do is I'm only going to give you 1 or 2 tutorials in my newsletters, but one of them I am also going to probably show at least 1 fancy fold each week. And oh, you do have this set. Oh, I misread what you said. I thought you said that you didn't have it. You do have this set. Good. I think anyway, but I would, one of the nicest tutorial is going to be, but purchase only at my Square Shop. But the good news is that it is only going to cost, for one of them, it's probably only going to be, you know, a couple of bucks. I'll probably try to do 2 and have a $5 purchase just so it makes it worth the whole system. The system doesn't work well if you're going with less than $5 increments. So we'll try to do that. All right, now for the little cows. This is just cute all on its own, don't you think? But I've already cut out the cows. So we've got, I haven't cut all of them out though. I do have 2 of them here, but I actually want 4. So we're going to cut out a few more. There's 2 cow dies. So this doesn't take too terribly long to cut out. Let me put this up. Here's my dimensions if you want to have a peek while I'm getting everything going here. Let me grab my cutting machine. If I had the little mini right now, that would probably be handy, but I don't. So I'm going to lug over the big one, the big guy. And we need some soft suede. Over a minute, I was just standing there thinking, well, how come I don't have the cardstock I need? Well, it's because it's over here. All right, so cardstock number 1 is soft suede. And we just need, I do just need 2 cows. I don't need any more than that. I don't really want them right together like that. Okay. While we're here though, I wonder if I should do a couple more just to be on the safe side. I don't know if I'm using any other ones. There's 1. The other one's in there. He's just not falling out. There you go. There you go. Let's do 2 more while we're right here, just in case. That's why I have 2 in there ready to go, is because when I do cut anything out, I try to cut something else out too, and then I just store it in there. And sometimes that speeds things up a little when you're, wow, you're really stuck there. Come on, little guy. Now, it has holes so you can poke them, but I actually find it more satisfying to just throw them down and try to release it that way. Okay, I'm a freak. I know. That's just the way it is. Okay, get that out of the way. Oh, we will come back to you. I'm going to need this out again later, but for now, it's coming over here out of the way. We'll put our little cow dies back in. Moo, moo, moo. There's a bunch of cows around here. And in order to get ready for today's project, I found some, thinking of animals, I found some fun animal facts for you. Okay, some fun stories, some fun little animal stories. And this first story I'm going to tell you, yeah, the little lamb. We found, that reminds me, Andy, your little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. We found at the antique store this last weekend. Jeff and I found really cute picture. It was an old picture, but it wasn't fake. You know how a lot of the old pictures you see in the different antique shops are just like they're too old. I'm going to turn this cow backwards. He's going to face the other way. So, you know, he's going to look a little different. We'll stick him right here. I'm just going to glue these on, and then one of them I'll put on with a dimensional. But we'll just glue these little guys on here like that. That one's kind of floating in the sky. We'll get rid of that one. This one we're going to put one here, and then we're going to layer this one with a dimensional on it. And then I'll save my other ones for later. If I don't use them today, I'll use them later on. Okay, we'll stick you like right there on this field. This field would be too far back, and they would have to be smaller. Hi, Sonia. It's nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you guys are having good weather. It is beautifully sunny here today. It hasn't been every day, but today it certainly is beautiful. Jeff and I already went down to the coffee shop and had a great time, and I'm trying to remember, what is this? Oh yeah, the animal story is from Cannelton, Indiana. Okay, thank you for sharing, Andy. I appreciate that. In Cannelton, Indiana, they had a deer wandering around with a plastic jug on its head, apparently. And they saw it, you know, wandering around with this plastic jug on its head. What are you going to do? It's a deer. You can't just run up there and catch it. And so that must have been really entertaining. I don't know how long it was running around, but it was for a while. The news is on January 13, the news came out that the police had managed to capture it enough, and they, you know, had animal control with a tranquilizer gun. They were able to free the deer from the plastic jug on its head, and they named the deer Jughead. Now, isn't this cute? Ah, so peaceful. Love that. All right, so now that card is done. Let's put that aside and go on to the next one. The next one I want to do is using, when I already embossed this cane. Oh, that cane weave embossing folder. I love it. It's really pretty. We've had other weaves. I like the other weaves too. I just like this one as well. I'm not going to say it's any better. It's just different. It is more useful both sides, actually, than some of the ones we've done. But it doesn't really matter. Now let me take this off and put it back on the card that I've got. That's that instruction. We've got new dimensions for this one. Where are they? There they are. So here's our base card. Our base card is 8.5 by 6 inches. Okay, so 8.5 by 6 inches, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, here. And so this is 4 1/4 by 6 inches embossed with that cane weave embossing. And I'm going to just glue that right on the top. First of all, while we think about poor little Jughead freed from his, that would be awful Of course, you know, people would be sad to hear and see it and all that, but sheesh, don't you? It's funny. Those funny animal videos. Until I heard somebody said, yeah, you know, I used to watch those funny animal videos all the time, but then I heard what people do to those animals sometimes to manufacture those videos. And that has just really spoiled a lot of those for me. They have to be obvious, it just happened, you know, and not a setup. So the Jughead deer story was good. Here's another one in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Did you hear about this? Stillwater sounds like a place close to us. I don't know, but it might be because Oklahoma's pretty close to us. So I'm going to take this and I am going to take this. Now for this one, see how the lines on the field are going like this? Well, we do have, you know, where is it? I had it here somewhere. Where did I put it? Aha, there you are. We have our Splatters and Stripes embossing folder, and the stripes are really cool. You have to position the stripes so that they're with the field, and you don't want to go up into the sky. You don't want the stripes in the sky. You can do it a couple of times if you want, and just, you know, emboss this side and then pull it down and emboss this side. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. It has a very nice effect. You're going to like this. Just to add a little bit of dimension to this DSP that we did. So let me pull out my special embossing plate. Now this is DSP, so it will tear if you get too carried away with it. And it's pretty hard. You want to make sure the lines are going with that. And I really can't do too much. I don't want it to, you know, I don't want it to emboss here. So I'm a little limited in what I can do here. Let's try going this direction. That way hopefully I'm not going to get the sky too much. We'll see. I'm just going to kind of go with it, and we're going to go up about to the sky a little bit further and see if I got up there at all. If not, well. Good, that worked out pretty good. Now I did get I can straighten this out. This is not really embossed, but it's good enough. It's close enough. Doesn't that look cool? So now what you want to do is you want to take your bone folder, just very gently though, because you don't want to tear anything. Okay, so just very gently smooth out the windmill bumps, because we really don't want those to be embossed at all. Okay, and I'm going to smooth out my windmill stand a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now the other thing I thought would be cute with this, and you kind of need an X-Acto blade to do this. Let me get my X-Acto blade out. My tag is going to go under the windmill just a little bit. Okay, so let me grab. Oh, thank you, Andy. I'm glad you like that. This is cute. You're going to really like this. So let me grab my card so you can see what I'm doing before I get too carried away with it. So I just wanted this up on top of this little label, because I wanted the label over, but I didn't want to conceal the... So we're going to just take a little blade cut. It doesn't have to be much right on that line. Just to lift them a little, and they don't have to lift, you don't want them to lift very much. Here, let's see if I got it before I put that away. Trying not to cut through my paper down here just because we've got to look at it for a little while yet. It's almost like the sound of a fingernails on a chalkboard. Okay, there we go. Now it's freed. All right. Put that up there. And then that's going to go. Let me put this back up here. So we're working on the bigger part. This is going to go right here. We need to stamp our stamp. And the one that I picked for this one is Nothing Fancy, Just Love. I thought that was going to be really cute with this stamp set. And that is from the the tag thing, the fancy tag one. Where is it? Nothing Fancy, Just Love, right there. This is a cute stamp set. I did not need another tag thing, but it was these sentiments were so cute. They were just too cute. Nothing Fancy, Just Love. I love that. All right, where's my... I don't see soft suede, so we're just using early espresso because I don't see my soft suede. It's hiding somewhere from me. Okay, right here at the top. Okay, here's what happened in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The people were enjoying their dinner in, where's my, oh, there it is, in the Olive Garden, of all places. And they saw a cow wandering around in there. Have you heard about the cow loose in the Olive Garden parking lot, Stillwater, Oklahoma? They did capture it. So they asked it why it was there. It probably... Maybe they were using it as an entertainment stunt. That would be clever, but I don't think so. But that would be very clever if they were. All right, so now this is going to go on here. We're going to glue that down right on top. Just be careful that paper's weakened where you did it. So I accidentally got a tiny corner of mine wet. I don't know, I was eating something, I'm sure, drinking tea, something, and tore my corner just a tiny bit. All right, so you just want the same sized edge on this side as you got there, and rub that down good. Okay, now we are gonna just take, I've got my little hay bale all cut out right over there, ready to use. This is the little barn that comes with this set, so we'll stamp that, but I'm going to cut this little square. This is just a stitched, a little stylish stitched shapes square. So let's see, it must be this one. Yeah, that's actually slightly larger, but this one will work. So it might be one of the stitched shapes one. I don't know, but we're gonna do it with this. Let's find that paper. I do have some jokes ready for you today too, but I'm going to go through my animal stories first. I found some funny animal stories, so I thought that might be more entertaining anyway than jokes for a change. Put this here. I kind of want to find 2 cows. I want to get 2 cows in the picture rather than just one, but I also don't want to waste a whole lot of my paper. So I think, though, that's about the best right there, don't you? So we're going to go ahead and do that one right there. Although that would be really cute, too. Let's do that one. So I'm going to just go around my die because I'm trying not to waste my paper too much. But you never know when you might want a little cow. Sounds kind of funny. you remember in school when they used to say, don't have a cow? That was always funny. She's having a cow. What were funnier things in the 70s? Was that the 70s? Okay. All right. Got our little stitched square. We'll throw our trash to the side. And so that is going to go on a dimensional right there. Poke that up right there like that. Then I want that little barn right there. Wouldn't that be cute? So let's just stamp that. Do I have it stamped already? I have stamped. Oh, haha. I do have one stamped already. Let's just use this one. And the colors that I used on it, I didn't really want to color it just straight red. I did use Sweet Sorbet, so let's grab that out. And let's grab out, I didn't really like, I think I probably used some saffron. I'm not sure that I liked it all that well. I think this time, instead of So Saffron, we're going to go with Ivory. I can find you, Ivory. Where are you? Ah, you're hiding from me. I'm not finding Ivory, so I might have to find something else. Maybe Crumb Cake will work. Let's start with our dark Sweet Sorbet. We're gonna just do the lines. And this, now there is a die to cut this out, but I'm gonna actually just cut it out by hand. Sometimes getting the die and doing all of that is more time consuming. I'm gonna just do a little shadow there. Little shadow there, little shadow there, little shadow there. Okay. And what are you? Yeah, pretty close to what I want. This is 800. It's actually a flesh tone, so I'm going to want to color that away, the Sweet Sorbet that I'm getting all over my nib. I don't want to sully it up, but I just didn't want, I wanted to see this little barn. I didn't really want to cover it so much with color. I don't want too much color going there. Here's my Sweet Sorbet, my So Saffron. Okay. Try to get rid of some of the red that I kind of splotched on there. Okay, very good. It's off in the distance. It's kind of just looking super casual there. And we're going to go, I don't want any border to it. That's another reason I'm cutting it by hand. And if you make a big mistake with your pen, cutting it by hand is easier to cut that all off. All right, so that is going to go on a dimensional right up there. Let's grab not the minis, let's grab regular dimensionals for that. I'll just put one on there. Right on the hill. Okay, we're going to kind of cover it a little bit, so go like right there. And then we'll put our dimensionals on here. And we'll stick that on. We'll stick on our hay bale. Oops, what happened to the one I thought I had stuck there. I stuck the backing on instead of the actual dimensional. These little backings, I mean, good grief, look at that. They get everywhere. I find them all over our floor. Okay, there we go. I'll get that up right like that. All right, and then find, oh, the little hay bales. Where are you? I know I have you here. Here you are. Little hay bales. They're gonna go right here, down here by this windmill. This is a very ecologically sound farm. They have windmill. And then to finish it off, just a little bit of twine. You cannot go wrong. We'll just do a little doubled up twine bow. Hopefully I got enough to do it. Oop. Start over again. Get the knot out that I just knotted it in. I was doing fine until I just now tried to open it and start over again, and then I knotted it. Okay. There we go. All right, doubled it up. Try that again. I didn't give myself enough to do this comfortably. There we go. There. And there. Come on. Well, what happened? You're still not... There should be another loop there, and there's not. What happened to it? Let me try it one more time. Third time's a charm, they say. Okay, while I'm working on this, here's another weird story. This one's not an animal one. Do I have another animal one? I thought I did. Yes. The clouded leopard. Have you ever heard of a clouded leopard? This is from Dallas. There have been all kinds of weird stories happening in the southern part of the United States. In Dallas, Texas, a zoo discovered that their clouded leopard was missing, and then they found 2 fences that had been cut, and one of the fences was a monkey cage, but the monkey was smart enough not to run away, apparently. The clouded leopard was found. It was missing, but now it's found, and so there you go. Clouded leopard not running around in the neighborhood, which is the good news. I think we need glue dots just to make this stay pretty solid. We'll get one right back there. I'm gonna put another one there too, just to be sure that my bow's gonna stay on there really good and sound. Like that. And like that. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so there's another one done. So we've got 2 cards finished. Pretty easy. You got your layers, all kinds of fun things going on there. All right, let me put this back up and we will get going on this one. Oops, let me take my instructions and stick on the back of that. All right, this one, we have a base card of 8.5 by 8. Okay, so we've got 8 inches this way, 8.5 this way. 4 1/4, you know, is where you're gonna have that. Is that correct? Is this 8? And this is 8.5. This is 8, so it's 4 inches. 4 inches here. And then we're going to do another red. We're going to do that red mat. That's going to be 3 3/4 inch. That's what we've got going here. Okay, 3 3/4 inch by 8 1/4. Okay. Let me get some of my trash picked up, so I don't carry those around on my feet all day. This is why I find stuff all over. Okay, it was a languar monkey. Really, really cute. I'm sure it was fun. Now, where's the red paper? Let me find that. Where are you? there. Uh-oh, did I run out? If I have run out, I'm going to have to find a substitute. I thought I had lots of this. I must have used a ton of it. Let me look at my paper. Aha, there it is. Okay. All right, so we will start at, we'll go 3 3/4 of an inch. Is that correct? Let me look. Yes, 3 3/4. 3 3/4 of an inch. And 8 1/4. 8 1/4. Boy, I'm tearing through that paper. I have a lot of that left. I'm not sure how many more mats I need, but this is what I'm coming up with today. We'll put that down. 8 1/2 by 8-inch cardstock for your base card, and then this DSP is 3 3/4 by 8 1/4. Just glue that on. Now these pigs and the cows are super cute, but I have those in my stamp set, so I don't really need to save that DSP. That's partly why I'm using all of this red stuff up, is just to get a lot of that used up, because I'm going to want to stamp and make my own little cows. They are very cute. We're going to use the ones that I cut out earlier right on this. We're going to use this little chicken thing. We're going to use that on the green background. So we need to cut this green background. I didn't write that mat out, so I need to do that. Let's get a piece of that from this. Okay, so that mat is going to be, let's just write it down while I'm right here. It is going to be 3 1/2 by 8. Okay, so 3 1/2 by 8. So 3 1/2. It doesn't really matter where the hills are. You're going to figure it out. By 8. Kind of want the bigger ones on this side, so we are going to cut this side at 8 inches. And then that is going to go right in there. I actually want it a little smaller. I do want it a little bit smaller, just a little bit. Let's cut this side off just a bit. And this side just a bit. I want to see a little bit more of that red mat. It's too pretty to cover up. I want it to look very country-ish. That's better. So I'll glue that on. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the little chicken hill that we're going to put on top. Oop. Got glue on my hands, of course. All right, perfect. All right, now we need that little, let me clean that glue off my hands before I get glue all over the place. All right. Okay, that's better. Get that dried. Cover up my glue before I ruin that. Okay, now here we go. First of all, I need to just get plenty of dimensionals and stick the chickens right on here. So let's stick those on there. Let's use some of my edge pieces like this. Don't you love using the edge pieces? It saves a little bit of time. Just get a little more of that right there. I want this to be stuck down really well. All right. Put up my paper. All right, so there was an Australian plumber. This is my last animal story of the day. Fun little animal stories for the day. An animal plumber found a little puppy in an Australian drain pipe, which, you know, we would probably call a culvert. I don't know, but I think it was a pretty good sized one in somebody's backyard. You know, anywhere where you get a lot of rain. Here, we have these giant culverts, and the streets have big, huge drain. I mean, they're not drains in the street like we had in the Tri-Cities where we hardly got any water at all, any rain at all. These are wide. They're you know, 3 feet wide and deep, and we see cats go down into them fairly often to play, I guess, and to hide out. Okay, so there's your little cute chickens on a field. Aren't they cute? And then we can take our little cows that we cut out earlier. We can put our little cows here, and we can even take this little lamb, little sheep, and we can stick that over there. I'm gonna find the tag. This is gonna be our tag. We're going to cut that out and do our sentiment for that. And then the other paper that, let me see if I've got, where is that other paper? Where are you? Oh, there you are down there. Oh, here, we'll just use this. So we're going to use the Stylish Circle die to cut that. So let me just, let's die cut this first, because one of the things I wanted to do is have my cloud sticking up. So we're going to take our die, and we're going to run our die about here, and that means I want this part of my cloud to be out of that die, about down to here. Now, I'll figure that out, I guess, as I go. All right, about there. Okay, so you're going to see what I'm talking about here in a minute. Let me get my cutting board out again. We're going to get 2 things cut out while I'm here. We're going to cut out using the Stylish Shapes flag, our big flag, this one. Okay, we're going to just tuck that little cloud right down there, like that. Let me cut off this little piece, or maybe I can just tear it. Maybe. Let's cut it. There we go. Oh, time's running out, but I'm almost done. We have done 3 cards. We're on the 4th. I guess I do have 2 more to do if we have time, but I'll do 1 more for sure. All right, so we've got that there. We've got our little cloud up on top so it doesn't get cut. I don't think I left quite enough room for my sentiment. I might have enough room, but we'll figure that out as we go. I meant to have that over 4. And now we need a little circle die. We'll use this one, I believe. Yeah, not the largest, but the next to the largest one. And mostly I want the trees. I don't really need any animals in this at all. So I think we'll just avoid all the cows. In this picture, we're just going to end up with the trees and the flowers, because I don't want any distraction from the big cows we got up there. All right, so now we're going to put this here. We'll tuck our chicken up on top here like that. So that's going to just get glued straight down. It could have been a little smaller. Actually, I should have probably gone with the smaller one, but we're going to just stick with that for now. Up there. And then we will stamp our sentiment on here. This is going to go up here like this. So I have today is a good day. Let's see if it'll fit. I'm not sure if it will. It's going to be close. I think it'll fit. This is one of the problems with having these cling stamps is you can't see right through it. So it's a bit iffy. And we need a dark green. And I'm going to grab my Just Jade out. Because my garden green's not, it was acting up. My garden green looked a little fuzzy. So we'll go with Just Jade. Today is a good day. It's a little bluish, but it's going to work. Okay, and then that put away. This gets dimensionals right on it. And that goes right there. And then we stick on our cows with dimensionals. And isn't that cute? So cute. These cows are too cute. And if you save at least one of them, then you'll have a good example to work with for coloring. Because there are other colored cows that you can do, but I don't know. I really like the way they did these. These are cute. They're very, very friendly looking. I could cut my dimensional, my mini one, to get on the leg there, or even use the dimensional, strip, but I'm going to just try to be careful with his little legs for now. Maybe I'll do that later before I send this out to anyone. Maybe like right down there. Okay. Very good. Very cute. No ribbon needed. It's very cute just as it is. And that's that one. All right. We've got another big one. This one is going to have that Christmas barn on it. So let's put this tag here. This one is, this base card is 7.5 by 8 5/8 of an inch. And then 3.5 inch fold. No, not 3.5. That would be 3 3/4 of a fold. And then the DSP mat, which is this big blue one. From our Dandy Designs is 3.5 inches. By 8 3/8 of an inch. 8 3/8 of an inch. Oh, no. 8 5/8 of an inch, I bet. No, maybe not. Let's see. I might have done that right. I want to see a white border. So let's see if I do. Oh, good, I do. So we'll glue that down. So this is 3.5 inches across, 8 3/8 long. The card base is 7.5 inches by 8 5/8 of an inch. And then you're scoring it at 3 3/4. And you get a nice white border all the way around this card, which is what you want. Because what we're going to do is we're going to layer up this one. I want it to be like right around here. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball where we want to make these cuts. All right, let's see here. We're gonna cut it like right about there. Let's see where I want it. And right about there. So I didn't really measure it, and this is a pretty good piece to save. You could use that as a tag. You know, there's my cut line right there. So we'll go just on the inside of that, just to make sure my little snip doesn't show. And then this should glue right on here. It's too wide. The other part is fine. I need to narrow that down. I don't want to get my lamb's ear off at all. So we'll just start by trimming off a little bit at a time until we get the width that we want. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. That's better. Much better. And now this one we want to stamp. And for the It's a Beautiful Day, I don't know if you still have it, but I am using Love What You Do. It's a Beautiful Day. It's a really nice stamp. And it's a photopolymer. You can see right through it. One of the photopolymers that I just peeled off on a really old stamp set had this black, had gotten on to my... I don't know if it's because it's gotten heated weirdly, or if that's just what happens when it kind of decays as it gets older. I do not know, but I'm letting you know that it is possible that that black print can come off onto your photopolymer stamps. So, oh, that's Love What You Do. I don't want that one. I want It's a Beautiful Day. Let's clean that off. Try that again. There. Where are you? I see that you should be on here. It's a Beautiful Day. So where are you? I'm not looking at you. It's right here. It's the one I've used the most, of course. Right there. Okay, try that again. Get that inked up really good. That is such a pretty stamp. Love that one. All right. What do you call a sad cup of coffee? Do you know what you call a sad cup of coffee? Now, I actually use this brand of coffee. It's pretty good. And that's a big hint to the answer. If you know me, you probably can guess something of what it is. What do you call a sad cup of coffee? You call it a depresso. A depresso. I have Nespresso. It's really, really good coffee. At least some of it is. All right, so now we're going to put this on here. And then we will put on those other things. And I think, we'll be done. I'm not going to have time to do my fancy fold card. I actually had a fancy fold card I was going to do, but you will have to wait until I do this in the newsletter. I will have this in the newsletter. I'll put all of the dimensions in the newsletter. I'll just do links to this video rather than written tutorials. And then you can purchase the fancy fold one if you really, really want to make my day. All right, now we're going to do the barn. Add that in. We're going to need to do the little shed, which is like a mini barn. We are going to need to do the silos, I think I already have done. I just have to cut those out. And then we are going to be almost finished here with everything. Just use a little bit of Memento. Barn. And I don't need to worry about the ground at all. I'm not going to use the die to cut it out because I'm not going to use I am not going to use the ground at all. I'm going to worry about that. Now for the barn now, let me see what we're going to do with that. We're going to do, this is number 200. We're going to just do some dark coloring here and there. This is just for the shading. Okay, because it's darker along the edges and on that corner, just a little bit on the bottom, a little bit under the windows, around the door, a bit on the window. Okay. Oh, and then let me do just this little bit here too. And then I think I'm going to use crumb cake. I don't know, crumb cake, that doesn't seem right. Let's look here. What have we got? This one is 500. I bet you that one will work. Ah, yeah. I'm going to do that pretty dark right on the edge to try to get those edges to blend in just a little bit. I know this is loud. I'm trying to do this part pretty quick for you. Just get a dark color, any dark color of the shade family you want. Put it on just around the edges like that. And then right on that edge, kind of blend it in a little bit. It's okay if it doesn't completely blend. That's okay. Gonna be fine. And then we'll try, that was 500. Let's try one of the really light ones. If I can find one. That's 600. Where's a 400? Or maybe 600 will do. I don't think so. Let's see. That's not quite light enough. 300. That's too dark. Oh yeah, it goes the other direction. So I need like, that's 400. I might have to use my cinnamon cider or something. This is 700. Okay. Let's try, aha, 700. Perfect. $700, it looks like I need more of you. And I think you're very close to ivory. And I oftentimes use ivory for this sort of thing. Just to try to get that last bit of kind of a golden brown color. We're going to do it there in those little spots in the door. I did use Soul Saffron on my card there. But I think I kind of like this better. And then we'll take a marker. All right. you're going to get your little marker and color the edges. Well, that's going to take too long. Let's do this end. You're just going to have to go very light, though. You don't want to make a big mess on it. I just didn't want a lot of red on this card. I'll do that. And that. Oops, I should have used my light color here. And then you can use your red on all of these. And before you do all that red, you probably will want to do your whatever yellow, whether it's soft saffron, so saffron, or whatever. You'll want to do the inside of your windows. I'm going to do those windows like that. And then you can freely do your red. Otherwise, your yellow will run that red. Even though these markers are not supposed to blend with the alcohol blending pens, and they don't. But it's just the nature of moisture spreads colors, spreads strong inks, especially because these are really strong inks. Red, if you've ever used red on your stamp, you've noticed it's forever pink. This red is a really strong one, so is green. Blue sometimes, but red is super strong. I'm not going to do those windows. I did on my other one, but I think it wasn't really necessary. Okay. Kind of trying to rush through it, so it's a little sloppy. And then we want green. I think we'll do this olive green. I'm going to put in some lines on my roof just to give myself some dark green there to spread my hold on. What? Why are you so sloppy? Maybe that isn't light olive like I thought it was. It wasn't. This is light olive. Apparently all of my pens are getting run down. I'm going to have to... There we go. All right. Now, if you want to brighten that up, you can use some yellow. Actually, it'll brighten those front of the barn up a bit. And we're going to trim this out. Right on the line. I don't want any white to show on this one. And there we go. All right, so this is going to go here like that. I don't have a lot of room. You don't need anything down here. But I did have my little shed there. And I do have, if I can find my sheet, I do have a couple of silos. I'm just going to put those in there. Oh, this is so cute. I love this little card set. So happy, peaceful. These will be good cards just to send out for just thinking of you cards. I need to send out more of those. And that's part of my New Year's resolution is to send out more of those. So I'm hoping that I actually follow through on it. That would be nice. Let's see if I've got, I don't. Let me stamp this little guy. him in there really quick. It's just needed. That one's just kind of like needed, I think. Use Sweet Sorbet for the lines. And we'll color them in. Around the window. And then we'll just use, not yellow, let's do one of these browns. One of these, this one's the, go darker. We'll use the yellow for the door though. That's so saffron, one of my favorites. Yes, I have a die. The die, actually, to get it out in the machine would take longer than what I'm just cutting. All right, so now we're gonna glue this guy on. Let's see, we need to glue, first of all, before we glue that, we're gonna glue one of the silos on. Oops, oops. Okay, we're gonna tuck the silo in. Oh, he can't tuck, I forgot. He's actually can't be tucked. That one there, and then this one, we're gonna do a shortened version of the silo. Behind the barn. Okay, and then this little guy is gonna cover up some of the tall silo. Like there, and then our barn. Well, there you are. Put our barn on, and then a little hill right by the barn, just to kind of keep it from looking like it's floating in the middle of nowhere. Oh boy, I've got a big mess all over my desk. Remember, Celebration, per every $50 purchase, you get free things. Join our team for a great price. You get a whole bunch of great things. For every every $80 worth, I've had to go up because everything has gone up in shipping. For every $80 purchase, you get free embellishments. This week or month is the In Color Opal Rounds. Now I see this little hill. You've got, like, on all of your paper, you've got like little scraps of hill that you can cut. So just find one of these little hills and just snip it out. Let me see. I think actually, no, not that. Let's go with, having a hard time finding a good one here. Let's go with this one right here. So I'm going to just start with a piece and then figure out how much of that I want to put in. Like that. Just want a little bit of a hill. Like that. Just to kind of conceal the side of my barn just a little bit. So we're going to snip, 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 snip. Like about there will be fine. And a little mini dimensional in the corner. So it's just not quite floating so much. Let's cut just a little bit more of that off as well. All right, there we go. So cute. So that's all I have time for, but man, those were fun. Thank you so much for joining me. and doing all of these cards with me. I hope that you were able to figure out all the ones that you want to do. I know I am going to really enjoy working with this set. It's so, so fun. Thank you, Andy. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, combining stamp sets is super fun. It's one of the things we like to do because we keep our stamps, right? All right. I think that's it. Next week, I will be back. And oh boy, it is fun working with all the new stuff. It's like every week I come in thinking, what do I want to show you today? There's so many good things, but this one, I had to show you how to use that, just that one big sheet on a ton of cards. And yeah, you know what? Here's what got left over. I forgot to put a sheep on one, so I've still got a sheep, but I think I ended up really with just this and this, and you know what? I am not seeing anything else left of that sheet. I think I pretty much used everything from that one big sheet. So that was really highly satisfying for me. I hope it is for you too. Have a wonderful week. Blessings to you and prayers for you, prayers for our health. Lots of good health all over, and we're very grateful for that. And we will just keep focused on Jesus. Take care of yourself and your family, and we'll see you next week. Bye.